Good morning, boys and girls. I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is that the audition that I gave the other day, I love you. It worked out. They love me. They want me on the project. The bad news, however, is that once I actually gave my quote to them, it turned out to be 5 times higher than the budget they had already mentally prepped for. So, after a lot of negotiation, unfortunately, since this is an indie and it's a very, very small show, I just wanted to do it as a passion project. It's not going to work out because the budget is just not working. Even if I bring my cost down to half, it's still twice as much as what they were expecting. So unfortunately, this won't work out, but that's the life of an actor. Which is why, if you're someone who wants to pursue acting or ever have thought about it, you never make that your primary source of income. Otherwise, you're just going to have to cut down on your rates, or you're going to have to take up projects that you don't want to just for the sake of money. And you can't say no to things because you need the work. And that's the case for anything in life. Never put yourself in a situation where you're obligated to do things. Obviously, as a man, sometimes you don't have an option. But generally, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're obligated to do things that you don't want to just because you don't have the options available. You don't have the ability to say no. And especially when you're younger, you don't have much of a choice. But as you get older, such as myself, you will hopefully develop the ability to be able to say no. You'll be able to put yourself in a position where, at least financially, you're so secure that you can say no to things. Anyway, we've got a very fun day ahead of us. I'm going to finish off some work. I have a couple of calls right now that I have to take. And then we're going to be going to Delhi for a nice little lunch. So we're going to Gymkhana Club. For those of you who aren't from Delhi, Gymkhana Club actually is there in a lot of cities. It's there in Mumbai as well. So it's this really old club, more than 100 years old actually, that is there from the British time. I think they're the ones who made it. And just like a lot of other clubs that you find in different cities, this one also is quite nice. Actually, they have a ton of facilities, but what we're going for, I'm not a member there, Kriti's family is. What we're going for is a nice little sunny lunch. Fingers crossed, the sun will still be out because the weather is a little unpredictable these days. So if you haven't ever been to Gymkhana and you're in Delhi, try to find someone who can take you there because it's pretty fun, especially on the weekends. The crowd's nice. So I'm just going to get to work, finish off my calls, and then I'll catch up with you guys at the club. So we've come to Gymkhana Club, a very old Delhi club. How long has it been here for? It's here since 1936. Pre-independence, it's been at least 90 years that this place is still standing. Oh damn, the pool's been here since 1936. This place is even older. It's from the Mughals era, when people used to do a lot more bakhshodi. Bad jokes are my speciality, in case you didn't notice. We came here for lunch, which is now over, which you probably saw a couple of shots of. Kriti is enjoying her Saturday and not doing any work vlogging, because that's technically my job, because these are my vlogs now. We're not doing Kiwi vlogs anymore. We're doing just VSB vlogs. And we are also here with Papa Vij and Chachu Vij. Thank you for the food. Okay, I'm going to ask K-pop a quick question. K-pop, what's your most fun memory of this place?
Fun memory is that we started coming here in mid 80s. That time I was finishing my school. I was young and thanks for that. But I was actually young and I really used to feel very happy coming over here with such beautiful girls all around. And it was real fun. It was real fun. Now, you asked me, so now you hear me out, okay? And that level of excitement was something else because I come from a boys-only school. So those were the most fun days.
He has been able to say this so comfortably because mom has gone to the washroom and she's not here to hear this.
But she's gonna watch this, so probably you can block her while you post it. And secondly, winter Sunday lunch over here is heaven on earth, no doubt about it.
Can I tell you my fond memory? My fond memory is that we used to come here when we were younger and all of the kids and the cousins would come on Sundays with Daddy Maji, like my grandparents, and their brother, who's also a member here, and their kids. and we used to play and chill, and there's like swings in that area and just go around there. And then we would come in summer vacations where Ria was learning how to swim, and then I would go to the library and read books. That was quite a fun memory too. limit होती है number of
And after enjoying some kebabs, tikkas, chini cha, it's time to hit the gym. Unfortunately, my training partner for the day, Srijan, isn't here yet. So I just did a little bit of cardio. Now I'm going to hit the weights once he's here. I'm going to train upper body today. Let's see the outtakes from that workout. I'm starting to feel a little better, starting to get into the groove. Strength is coming back. So today I'm going to try to push it a little bit. Hopefully not injure myself, but fingers crossed. Too light, right? I just got back and finished, well, almost finished, my dinner, 6 yandi and half an avocado, a very small avocado. Turns out I was so delirious in my state back because food has obviously been low today that I forgot my boots in my Uber, and that sucks because the Uber driver is not answering the phone, and like, I put in a request, but I don't know what's gonna happen next. Hopefully he'll give it back, but you never know with these things. So, and I gave the guy a pretty fat tip also, but I guess that doesn't count. Anyway, so hopefully I'll get my shoes back. If not, I will put my stalker wife to this job. She's pretty good at this stuff, and hopefully I'll get them back. Every last bite feels good. I'm also having some tomato soup, super low calorie because it's literally just blended tomatoes with seasoning, salt, pepper and garlic. There's no milk, there's no cream, there's no butter, but it's still tasty. Vireen, isn't that gross? How is it tasty? Well, when you're basically not eating, anything that you eat is delicious. Your sense of taste gets heightened so much that something as basic and simple as a tomato soup tastes delicious without any extra butter or cream or even milk. It's just heaven. So if you've actually never been on a hard diet and you've never really tried to starve yourself in a diet perspective, obviously, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. So once in your life, try a hard diet. Unless you don't need to, unless you're already very, very thin, then don't. Please don't misunderstand my advice. If you feel like you want to get like really low body fat percentage, etc., you want to get a little bit slimmer, then for sure, try out a diet and you'll see what I'm saying. One more thing to keep in mind. So when you aren't eating, you get this hollow feeling inside, almost like a slightly sad and hollow feeling, but that's just literally hunger. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to feel sad or think that, oh, like my mental health is going for a toss. It's not. It's just a feeling. Ignore. It'll be fine. It comes as a wave, so it increases and then it crashes, it disappears, and then it might come back and it might crash again. So don't worry about it. Absolutely normal, unless you're on a super deficit, then it's probably not a good idea. But if you're like around 500 to 1000 calories, depending on how big you are in terms of muscle mass, height, etc., you're fine. It's not that bad. Stop being overly dramatic. And that brings us to the end of a very fun day. I don't think it's the end. I'm gonna go for a walk and just do some work on my phone, respond to some emails, just because I feel like I also need to clear my headspace, and walking helps. I can't sit and think because then things go bad. It's always better to stay in motion for me. That's just my personality type. Maybe you can relate. So hope you enjoyed today's day. Hopefully you learned something from it, and I will see you next time. Love you. Don't tell my wife I said that to you.